right. So I'm going to be referring to my phone. I'll be looking down. Don't be not. I'm
So
not.
you're recording saying this?
Yeah, I'm not falling asleep on you or anything. I'm just looking down because I got all the questions for this interview that I want to ask you, and I want everybody to know about you more. So,
Now,
yeah,
people, you're going to record what you just said?
yeah, I just did.
You're going to put that on air
Yeah,
with me talking and saying what I'm saying? Oh,
yeah. Right when you said, "Let's start, buddy," that's when I started the video.
okay. Just edit this nonsense out.
All right, I will. I won't, but I will. I'll tell you I will. All right. So
You can't be trusted. That's
all
all.
my questions are on my cell phone, which I just got a new protector on it. So I'm good to go. So I guess we want to start at the beginning. We want to talk about when you started fishing.
When I was a wee little boy, probably 6, 7 years old.
Who took you?
Oh, my dad.
Oh,
We went out Long Island. We went out to all the different jetties. We went out to Montauk
yeah.
Point, and then we went to we rented little rowboats, and we would go out different harbors and fish for porgy and blackfish and stuff like that.
So what are some of the memories you have with your dad?
Oh my goodness, it was never alone with my dad. It was always with all my uncles. This is an Italian family here.
What do you have an Uncle Joe? Do you have an Uncle Paulie? What do you got all those?
Well, I have an Uncle Vinny. I got an Uncle Leo. An Uncle John.
Yeah, there you go. It's totally Italian. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's talk about. I want to know about your poles. How many poles you got?
Well over 100. I lost count. That's what I keep here for freshwater.
What?
Yeah.
I collect chessboards and I only got 3. Okay, so you buying over 100 fishing poles? That's crazy.
Mm.
So how many poles do you buy at one time?
It depends how much I like and what I need at the time, according to the need.
What?
Usually it's at least 1 or 2 poles at a time.
Really?
Yeah. Like I just bought toadfish, and they have 2 sizes. So the medium light and the medium is really the everyday go-to. And I like them so much, I want to try both and test them out.
Okay, so do most of your poles are for freshwater or saltwater? Because I know you do.
Oh, no, 50-50. The other, my salt water, I keep them down in Florida, my Florida.
Oh, okay. And wow, that's crazy. So what is what's the setup now? You have a house down in Florida.
Yeah, I have a condo. I've had it for about over 15 years.
So you do saltwater down in Florida, you do freshwater in Tennessee, right?
Yes, yes.
Oh man, that's a nice setup. Nice setup. So so you have a boat at each location.
Yeah, I've got 3 boats. I have 2 up here and one one in Florida.
Really?
Absolutely, yes.
Holy
Yes.
crap. Okay, so you have 3 boats? Okay, what kind of boats?
Well, my stepfather-in-law
Yeah.
sold me his. He has a 2001 Hydrosport center
Right.
console, all fiberglass V hull. Oh, it's mint condition. So I looked at it and I said, "Yep, I'll take it off your hands." And I keep it down there in dry storage. I got a really sweet deal down there.
So you got a great boat down in Florida and you have 2 boats up here.
Yes.
The boats you got up here.
I have a 23-foot deck boat. I've had it ever since brand new in '07.
Right.
I bought it for the family and fishing.
Right.
Now, fishing kind of took over. And then I have a little canoe I bought with my dad before he passed away. That would be our boat to go all skinny water.
Nice. Okay. How many could fit on the canoe?
Well, it's a ginu. It's a
ginu.
ginu is the name. You're right. There's a canoe front.
That's like a guinea?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, right. The manufacturer is Harvey Gein.
Right.
And the story goes, I'll say real quick.
Yeah.
The story went that he got tired of flipping in a canoe. And
Right.
he says, I'm going to make a boat that doesn't flip. And he called it a ginu.
Right.
And the boat does not flip. It's 5 foot wide, only has a point like a canoe, but it's 5 foot square back, and it's stable as can be.
Really?
So I'll keep that up here. I bought it in Florida right from them at the boat show when they had them.
Right.
Customized it a little bit with some lights inside and stuff like that.
That's cool. So let's go back to your poles.
Yes.
What's your number 1 go-to pole before toadfish? Because I know toadfish really has you excited. But let's talk about before toadfish.
Well, if we talk manufacturer, Shimano has it hands down, reels and rods.
Right.
The quality out the gate, I've
Right.
never, ever had an issue with a Shimano rod. But to answer that question is, what type of fishing are you doing? If I'm going surf fishing, it's my Shimano surf rods and my Van Stall reels.
Right.
That's it. That's an indestructible combination.
Right.
And I've used it for all these years. I've never had a moment down. If I'm
Okay.
going to go inshore, I use another types of Shimano rods. Inshore covers my walleye to panfish.
You get a rod for every situation.
Absolutely.
That is cool. So let's talk some special fishing, because you spent how many years in Alaska?
We spent 4 years in Alaska and Anchorage.
How's ice fishing?
I didn't, believe it or not, I didn't do ice fishing up there. I did all salmon fishing in the stream.
Serious?
Yeah, I did. I was very
Never
busy.
gone ice fishing, or you have?
Not in Alaska. I've gone since then.
Right. How is ice fishing wherever you've gone?
Oh, I went 3 years ago. I went to Minnesota. It was the bomb.
What's
And
so great about ice fishing for people who just fish regular water and they're thinking about doing ice fishing? What do you want to tell them that was great about it?
Well, first I would refer them to the best guide there is in Minnesota, Tony Roach. I was recommended to him, and he turned out to be the best I could have ever wanted. And Minneapolis, I flew into, and Minnesota is the place to go. And
Right.
we went on some of the famous, real famous Mille Lacs lakes, Lake Winnebagoche, all these Indian names. But the ice was 48 inches thick.
Wow.
We drove on it with a Suburban and trailers.
Serious?
Oh, man.
Nobody
It was
wants to.
scary for me, first time.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Would
You heard the ice
go
crowd.
ice fishing again?
Oh, yeah, I want to go every year if I can do it.
Right. Okay, so let's talk about your wife. She fishes, I hear.
Yeah, Amy loves the outdoors.
How is it? How is your fishing when she's on the boat?
It's good. She goes in the front because it's a 23-foot boat. So if we side by side, it's hard to cast. So she fishes in the front. She is excellent. I taught her a lot of stuff about fishing. Plus, she had a knowledge of it. No, she's really good. She gets just as excited as me. I got to fish, and I got to run there with the net.
Does she usually? Because and don't get me wrong, but a lot of men say that women aren't good luck on the boat, and a lot of men say women get the bigger fish when they're on the boat. Is that true?
Well, let me tell you my experience.
All right.
My experience is that she has shown me up so many times. It's pathetic.
That's great.
Maybe not the biggest fish, but sometimes yes. She has caught so many fish, it's ridiculous. Unless the heat gets to her, like everybody knows what Florida's like. There's no shade in the front of the boat.
Right.
She crawls under a blanket and goes to sleep, and then I got the boat to myself. I fished the rest of the afternoon.
Really? Okay. So my question is, congratulations, you just had another grandchild.
Yes, my ninth
And
grade.
how many does that make now?
That's 9.
You have 9 grandchildren?
Oh,
At
yeah.
what age do you start them?
From 8 to a week old.
No. What age do you start them fishing?
Oh, it's funny. My first 2 grandchildren, my middle daughter Lauren had 2 boys.
Right.
One is 8, one will be 7 now next month.
Right.
When they were, and I bought it so premature, I was so hyped up about this. I did. I ordered a Shimano's combination. A 7-foot Shimano rod and a nice spinning reel.
Right.
Most kids couldn't even balance a rod at that age. They were 2 years old. And my daughter said, Dad, you're about 3 years too early on this. So I had to keep it in a box in my garage until they were old enough. But I want to start them right away. Probably 3 to 4 years old. They should have a pole in their hands and go out with it. Oh, yeah.
That's when you start all your grandkids, right?
Yeah, I want to do it nice and young, and they sit next to me or their parent, and they learn how to do bobber fishing. Easy stuff.
And they like the boats, don't they?
Oh, they love it. When they catch a fish, it's like, man, they hit a home run.
Okay, so let's talk about your show now that you're doing with me, that we're working together on, Fish Hook. What are some of the plans you have for the show, and why did you start the show?
Well, that was a dream of mine to do something in the fishing world, which includes out hunting as well, outdoor adventures, and cooking whatever we kill or whatever we catch.
Right.
I want to I want to do a lot of destination fishing and maybe hunting as well.
Right.
I want to go different places, like bring fish hook to ice fishing.
Right.
And watch how a city kid from New York can migrate into that. It's just it's in my genes.
Right. Right. So you want to travel a lot, take the show on the road.
Absolutely.
Well, let me just pitch in here. One of the reasons I partnered with you is because I'm an idiot when it comes to fishing, and I know how many beginners are out there that watch our channel.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of newbies. A lot of shows out there are already they're spitting out jargon I don't know, and they're doing things that I don't know, and they're like trying to appeal to the professional side of it. Nobody's taking care of the new people that want to get into fishing, and that's one of the things that I've been trying to do with you is teach some people how to get started and encourage them to get started.
Correct. And I really, that's another big reason was to bridge that gap. There's a huge gap. For example, I was at Bass Pro about 3 weeks ago, and I believe I told you this.
Yeah.
And this guy approached me out of nowhere. I'm in the aisle looking at jigs for our Michigan trip. And lo and behold, this dude asked me, he had to complete the look of the headlights with a deer. He had no idea. He's looking at all these rods and reels. He says, I don't know where to begin. Do you know anything about fishing? I said,
Right.
yeah, I know a little bit. So we talked, and I walked him and talked him through buying a spinning reel and a rod for the type of fishing he was doing.
Wow.
But it's amazing. He's an adult and has no clue of the world of fishing because it's intimidating. When you go to a big store like a box store like Bass Pro, oh my goodness, there's 1,000 types of hooks and lures and lines. It's like you want to throw your hands up and give up and say, forget it.
I'm afraid of those places. I go with you. I don't go alone. I may get lost.
Yeah, it's just a desire of me to bridge that gap between those that absolutely know nothing about it because they're left behind, and it's almost like they get intimidated, and the ones that know it, it's like an elite group. No, not in my world. I don't want that. And I want my wife is a prime example. Girls need to get involved. I don't care if it's your wife, your mother, your sister, or your girlfriend. Get her out there.
Right.
It's not just a man's sport.
Plus, if you get them involved, you get to go fishing more.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you don't have them getting like playing golf. You know, women are like, you're going to go play golf again. But if they enjoy fishing, it's like, hey, honey, let's go out fishing. They're all encouraging for that.
It's an experience.
I have an email here that just came through our Fish Hook channel. And somebody wants to know if we're going to start doing merchandise. Is that in plans?
Oh, absolutely.
What kind of merchandise are you thinking about?
We're definitely going to do the real cool breathable caps.
Mm-hmm.
Nice ones that are form fit. We're not going to do junk. I'm not going to do junk. That's for sure.
Right.
We're going to get the good breathable shirts that are UPF rated.
Right.
We'll have hoodies. This is what I wear, and you'll see it on the show. And that's my attire. I love pullovers. I like sweatshirts. And then we'll also have T-shirts, long sleeve and short sleeve. I really wear long sleeve most of the year because I don't want to get burned by the sun.
Okay, so if I said to you, I'm kidnapping you for about 3 days and I'm surprising you at any location to go fishing, what is the best place in the United States that you know of to go fishing and you would want to go back?
Well, one place that's extremely dear to my heart is Montauk Point, where I went from the fishing from the rocks below the lighthouse. You can see it on YouTube if anybody checks this.
Right.
It is the most exhilarating. And then on the beach there with the waves crashing at you, and you're throwing out big 6-inch lures and you're top water and you see those explosive bites.
Right.
I am telling you, if that doesn't light your fire, you need to see a doctor. That's all I can say.
Don't you get drenched out there?
Oh, I have rain a little bit, but I'm totally with rain gear. You got to get the proper attire. We've got full bibs, waterproof bibs, and then we have corkers that are carbide tips that screw in the bottom of your boots so that it's like scratching your nail on chalk. That's how you walk on the rocks, so you don't slide off because there's a lot of algae.
It gets slippery, right.
Right, so we have that, and then we have good rain jackets by Grundfos and other good manufacturers.
And you're going to be doing a video in the future on the proper life jackets and stuff.
Yeah.
Good ones to get, and you'll explain the difference, right?
Right. Just have a good knowledge of wood life jackets and who needs to wear them and why we wear life jackets.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, what is the best tasting fish that you catch?
Okay, if we're talking freshwater,
Yeah.
walleye is the king. Walleye is the
Look at the
king.
smile. You can
Oh my
practically
goodness.
taste it. Right.
It's like freshwater grouper.
Right.
It's as good as salmon, if not better.
What
And
about
salmon
saltwater?
rates right up there as well.
What about saltwater?
Saltwater, oh boy, there's so many good ones. A grouper by far is exquisite. The meat is
Right.
just like
I had a
salmon.
grouper Reuben, dude, in
Oh, dude, that's
South
beautiful.
Carolina. A Reuben with grouper instead of corned
Oh
beef.
yeah, me too. I've had that. It's
Oh
outrageous.
man.
Yeah,
Okay.
so,
So, how is bluefin? Is that good to eat?
oh yeah, bluefin tuna. We just did a video
Right.
for sashimi.
Right.
That ahi tuna, that dark red meat.
Oh, was that dark red meat?
That dark, yeah, that was the ahi tuna.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
bluefin.
We'll
Out
show
of this
them a
world.
shot and definitely get that into the video. All right. So so the best tasting fish, you've already said that. What is the most expensive fish out there that you catch?
Well, all of them are pretty good. Grouper rates up there, they're in the 20s. If you go buy it in the store,
Right.
they'll be well over $20 a pound. Pompano's another extremely exquisite fish. Very dense, very bright white meat, very solid.
Right.
And that goes for $23.99 a pound. I told you that.
Oh, that was good stuff we had.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we smoked that in a smoker, and it was fabulous. But there is really several fish that are extremely good eating. Cobia makes great steaks. If you have Spanish mackerel, oh man, is that delicious. Mm.
Now there's a question that somebody else emailed us about if you're going to show them on one of the Munchie Mondays how to roll sushi.
Yes.
You're going to teach people how to do sushi?
Oh yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to have different playlists, and one of them will be sushi and sashimi. Absolutely.
Okay, cool. All right, let me see if I haven't missed any questions. Hold on. What are the best times to go fishing?
Again, it's depending on what fish you're in.
Right.
Now, in the wintertime, if you're going to go ice fishing, let me tell you, the U.S. is so big, the climates are so different. There's different ecosystems all over the country. So in the Great Lakes, up in Minnesota, Michigan, and so forth, and Wisconsin, walleye, everybody stops for walleye. So, and you can fish for them year round. You've got spring runs of salmon, like when I was in Alaska. We had a spring run of silver salmon, and then we had a September, so all the way up from the Columbia River in Washington. Now, if you're talking smallmouth, over here in Tennessee, smallmouth are all across the U.S. So each geographic area have different times when it blooms, and you catch them post-spawn, pre-spawn. You won't catch them when they're spawning because they're bedding, and then you'll catch them post-spawn. When they come up, they're real hungry, or pre-spawn, they're real active as well.
What about during the day? What's the best time? That's time in the year.
That's a loaded question. That's why they call it fishing.
Right.
We do everything, we catch them all. There's been days like, again, now we got freshwater and saltwater.
Right.
There are marked differences. Now, in saltwater, for example, where my condo is down in Palm Harbor, Florida,
right.
the Eden Causeway, and I've done some videos there. I've caught, generally speaking, let me say this rule of thumb is dusk and dawn. At the breaking of light coming in and going down are usually the best time for predator fish to come out. The water temperature is down, and they're going to be swarming the beach, or they're going to come in shallow in a lake, or top in an ocean. They're going to be going in the top part of the water.
Right.
So, like I just saw a video on swordfish. At nighttime, they'll come up when the water's cool from the depths, 2,000 feet, and they'll come up in the top 500 foot. You can troll for them and catch them real easy. Other times, if you go during the day, you got to use electric reels.
Right.
And 2,000 feet down, you got to fish them off the bottom. So
some fish bite at night.
There's a lot of activity at nighttime. Yeah, that's when the real predators come out.
Really?
Stripers and blues. Oh, without a doubt. Oh yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I go for walleye at nighttime after they spawn. they're in shallow. So we go on some of these lakes and we fish with them top water. And man, it's beautiful.
That's great. Well, we might be doing another interview with you in the near future because these are all the questions that I came up with and some of our viewers have come up with. And we just wanted to get to know, you obviously have a lot of knowledge, and that's why we partner together. It's because you know everything there is to know about fishing and are continuing to learn. That's one of the things I liked about you. You never admitted you're a pro. You've been fishing for 30 years, and you still look at me and go, there's tons to learn.
There's so many tricks out there. You learn them from who you least expect.
Right.
When I watch on YouTube, like everyone else, the different tricks on, I learned a cool trick on a sliding float when I go smallmouth fishing.
Right.
And in fact, from that, I use it across the boards with these certain style bobber stoppers. Oh my goodness, it has revolutionized the way I do a lot of float fishing. I can cover ridiculous depths of water because I've learned how to do it with a movable float.
Awesome.
And I learned it from an old time.
I appreciate your time. I'll let you get back to the family and do your thing. And thank you so much for letting me attack you with these questions.
No, it was my pleasure.
All right. You take care.
Take care.
Bye.